It's been a long week. I haven't even shaved most of the week. Shaved about 3-4 days ago. Just a lot going on, and with the weather, it's been grueling on my commute. Lots of I had a car spin right out in front of me on one of the local freeways. Just literally watched it spin out, hit the double tapped center divider K-rail. Then on my way home the other night, in the darkness, there was a car sideways, barely lit, covering 2 lanes, and an idiot behind me flying up behind me, and then chose poorly on the lane that he was trying to pass me on, which was going to T-bone that car. And we've had a lot of bad weather. I guess I kind of jinxed myself when I said it's been a relatively mild winter. It's still relatively mild. This storm that came through was a lot of wet, a little bit of wind. One night in particular was really, really bad. I'd even taken a little bit of dandelion and stuck it in the entrances of my 2 hives to keep the wind from blowing up their skirt. And then when the wind subsided, I went ahead and pulled that dandelion out, and I saw some bees coming out for some cleansing flight, and I thought everything was good. The weekend, there was a little bit of a break, but not much. It was still cold, and we've had overnight freezing. Finally got, the puddles of ice, and the dog water's got ice on it. Ice in the back of this truck. I did check on the colonies real quick in the middle of the day, and I saw a little bit of movement, and it's like, okay, it's probably safe to take a quick peek. Lift the lid up and see them moving around. It's like, oh, okay, they still look okay. Did that to, pretty sure I did that to both hives. Well, sun's out again today. Got a little bit of a break from the weather. I just heard from one of the workers at the local refuse station that I just stopped at that there supposed to be more weather. Possibly. We'll see. There's snow on the ground here, but I'm almost at 4,000 feet, and it's very, very patchy. We had some flurries coming down, nothing that's stuck on the property. But sad to say that I checked the one colony in the larger 10-frame box, and they're still moving around. I lifted up the lid on my little 5-frame nuke colony, which, they were pretty much reduced to a couple of frames, and they're completely dead out. I lifted the lid up. I lifted the I forgot what they call it, the little spacer board with the hole in it that I made, and blew on them. There just seems to be no movement there at all. I don't know if they're in their little bee coma because it got cold, but I put it back. I'm not going to do anything about it just yet. I know I've heard other people say that, when they think a colony is completely dead, that they're not really dead. I don't know. It doesn't look good, I'll tell you that. And of all the warnings and, you really got to get used to it, or all these different YouTube bee channels that tell you you're gonna lose bees. I was hoping to be an exception, like anybody else probably thinks. I was going to nurse this poor little hive through the winter. All the food that I had put in the last time was completely gone. I had thought about making some fondant over the weekend and checking them, but there was never a really good time to check them. I mean, I don't know if it would have made a difference or not. That little bit of extra food. Hard to tell now. I mean, you can't roll back time. I'm just expecting tomorrow I'll get into it more. I'll see what's going on in there. As long as it's not raining again. That's the one thing that's going on right now. I don't know if it's going to rain or I've been so busy I haven't even been paying attention to the weather. Come what may, I got to drive it anyway. So we'll see. All right, I wish there was better news that, you know, we got through the worst of it and everybody seems to be happy and healthy. These things happen. All right.